Well, hey there. There's nobody here yet, so I'm just going to yammer for a couple of seconds. It's entirely possible that nobody will come. But, if you go live and nobody comes, are you dead? No, not really. So, somebody's here. Hey, whoever you are. As I said, I'm going to start in about 4 minutes. The intent is now about 2 minutes. But thanks for clicking through, whoever you are. Hi. Feel free to say howdy in the chat over there. This is my first live stream on YouTube in like a year. I haven't seen fit to do live, even though I was grandfathered in and I have like 6 subscribers, but I can do live streams. So while you're here, if you feel like subscribing, please do. What's the time here? 45 seconds to actually starting the show. And I'll be there in a second. I will be sharing this live stream as a YouTube video in the non-live format, of course. And I hope somebody enjoys it at least. I'm looking forward to these cookies. Okay, so I'm on keto, and every once in a while I give myself a break from keto. I've lost just over 85 pounds and I feel fabulous, but yesterday was the feast of St. Catherine of Siena, and I gave myself a day off carbs and had a party and a sandwich and bread and stuff. And then this morning I thought, well, I'm back on keto. However, today is also the memorial, it's not a feast, the memorial of St. Pius V, who's also a Dominican saint. And I thought to myself, well, it's a memorial and it's Friday. I don't have a need to drop in and decarb myself. Seems like Pope St. Pius had other things in mind, because when I went to get coffee this morning at the Fillmore Bakeshop, they handed me this little white bag with this voting sheet on it, and it was filled with snickerdoodles, actually 4 snickerdoodles, and they asked me to vote, and I thought, well, this is Pius V's way of telling me I should eat carbs on his feast day as well. So I decided to do it on social media, live as it were, and I'm going to share this with the folks at Fillmore Bakeshop as well. So you get to see me, Hugh Richardson, eating cookies and voting on them. So this will be the unbagging, as it were, but the poll sheet asks us to rate 4 different cookies in terms of appearance, texture, and taste, and finally, would you buy it? Now, to be honest, I'd buy anything from the Fillmore Bakeshop. They are the sponsors of this live stream, and I'm really thankful to Elena and everybody there for being fabulous. But let's see what's in the bag, shall we? There are 4 other bags in the bag. They should be labeled so that I know which one is cookie 1 and which one is cookie. Oh, there they are. This is cookie 3, cookie 2, cookie 1, and there's cookie 4. So here's what we have so far. 4 cookies in 4 other bags. So I'm going to take them out, because the first thing to judge is appearance. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to rate these against each other, but here's cookie number 1. Cookie number 2. Now pulling out cookie number 3. And finally, cookie number 4. So, just looking at these, I have to say that cookie number 4 is kind of flat, looks very thin, and looks a bit overdone. When I look at all of them, it's cookie number 3 that looks most like a snickerdoodle to me. It's a bit thick in the middle and thin on the sides. But that said, I'm going to give a tie to these two. They look kind of like your average out of the bag snickerdoodle, just going to say. So, I didn't bring a pen in here. Be right back. Back. So, cookie number 3 gets a 5, being outstanding. I don't see anything here that's a 1, which is not great. So I'm going to give cookies 2 and 1 the number 4 ranking. And then cookie number 4 is going to get a 2 in terms of appearance. The next is texture, which I assume requires mouthfeel. So you'll pardon me, I'm going to start to eat these. Cookie number 4. Chewy, quite delicious. We'll get the taste is a whole other world, I think. Meh. Yeah. Cookie number 3, the one that I thought looked the best. To be honest, it's dry. 4 was chewy, which I want in a snickerdoodle. This is kind of dry. Cookie number 2. Oh, hey. That's really nice. Chewy, sweet, not gritty, which is often a problem on snickerdoodles. Oh, yeah. And just a little crunchy around the edge. And finally, cookie number 1. That also chewy and a little crispy around the edge. So contrary to appearance, don't judge all cookies by their appearance. I'm actually going to give 2 and 1 the top texture scores. With cookie 3, I'm actually going to knock that down to a 2 because it was dry. And cookie 4 was kind of average. Cookie 4 is turning out to be the average cookie. And finally, taste. Now, I've already chewed on these things a bit, but I'm going to try it again. One of them had salt. That's interesting. Which one was that? I like salt. Oh, this one has salt, or more salt than the others. This is still dry. The flavor's kind of average. Pardon me. There seems to be some salt in here, which is surprising me. No, the salt is not in that one. Okay, and finally, cookie 4. Okay, so in terms of flavor, I think cookie 1 wins. Cookie 2 and cookie 3 and cookie 4 are all good, but they don't. Cookie 1 has salt, I swear, it does. So I think cookie 1 wins because it wraps up that sweetness with just a little whatever salt adds. I'm going to add an unspoken category because for me it's important to be able to dunk, and this is coffee. Cookie 1 is good in coffee. Cookie 2 kind of goes away in coffee, like it's not even there. Okay, so cookie 3 continues to be dry, and it kind of like just goes to crumble mess in coffee. And finally, cookie 4. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but when I tried to put it in my mouth, it started to wilt. Didn't survive too well the dunk test. Anyway, so there we have it with thanks to my friends at Fillmore Bakeshop. While I would buy all 4 of these, to be honest, if they deep fried toilet paper there, I would buy it. But I believe that with the nice salty flavor, cookie 1 wins this. So I'm going to say yes to that. Cookie 4, if I bought it there, I would certainly eat it, but I wouldn't buy it again. How about that? These other 2 are okay, but I'm going to say cookie 1 wins. And I'd like to thank you for hanging out on my YouTube channel long enough to watch me eat 1 whole cookie and 3/4 of 3 others. I'm going to go have a carb crash now and hope you really enjoy yourself. Walk with the king today and be a blessing.